the trailer queen, the trailer truck, or as us Kiwis call them, the bush truck. In New Zealand, four-wheel drives vehicles have a registration and a warrant of fitness. And the warrant of fitness is a roadworthiness, and we have that every 6 months for the older vehicles. So maintaining a vehicle, especially when you're using it to extremes like we do, and we enjoy some serious off-road stuff, it's hard to keep them up to a warrant of fitness standard. So it's just way easier to back it off a bit, put it on a trailer and take it where you want to go. New Zealand's not a big country. 2 or 3 hours and you're at the track. As long as you've got a decent truck, tow truck, ute and a trailer, pop your bush truck on and away you go. It's just way easier than the red tape of trying to keep something maintained to a high standard, to a roadworthiness. It's doable. We used to do it. We've had vehicles that we keep the warrant of fitness up to them all the time, but it's a lot of work, a lot of maintenance. Where you've got something like this, although this is still got live reg, farm reg, just to keep it in the system. It's not hugely modified, but it's just an easier way of taking vehicles off-road that really go off-road. Anyway, we're going to press on with the rest of the Jeep build here. Follow on. I'll leave a link at the end of the video for the previous work I've just done on this. And tomorrow we're away to the coast for a long weekend trip. So we'll do some filming and we'll have a video or two of that coming up shortly. So thank you. Hello, welcome back. So this video we're going to push on and get the Jeep finished. I've got a week left of my holidays. I've been busy sorting out the radiator, the pipes to and from the radiator from the front. So I'll show you down here. These are what we've done so far. So these are the pipes we've fabricated, all stainless. We start here, the top of the motor, hot, comes down, it's running underneath up to the radiator, and then it'll be through the radiator and back to the front, the cold side of the motor. That's 38mm stainless. It's worked out really good. They pass up over the belly pan under here, and they sit pretty tight into the floor, out of harm's way. So there's been a few trips in and out on the crawler, but we've finally got it. So I'm just about to bolt them in for the final time on the brackets, and then it's onward and connect up the radiator. So I've decided I'm not going to use the factory standard size radiator, and I'm going to go with an XJ radiator, as they are narrow and long. So we're going to use the whole width from the bar to the fuel tank, and it will sit slightly lower and won't come up into the window like this one does. Plus I'll be able to turn it up so it blows air up over the toolbox that we're going to put in the back here. That's the plan. So we're currently waiting on this radiator to arrive, but the pipes are coming up through the floor. That's the hot one, and that's the cold return. So either side away from my rope, it's actually worked out not too bad so far. So we'll plug on with this and we will keep updating as we go. So moving up to the front end, all our rear radiator pipes are finished and done. So this is the high point at the front of the Jeep. So that is the bleed to get air out, and that is my temperature sensor to turn the radiator fans on and off. So that wire will go to the back. Currently got my apprentice making up a bracket for this. He's just out the back here. He's making a bit of noise, but he makes a really tidy job of brackets. So with the extra real estate we gained in the front by removing the radiator, I have now put a battery in here. Factory location for the batteries on these is here, but I have a air box there now. But my main batteries are in the back. So reason for putting an extra battery up the front, I shall try and explain. Let's go to the back. So these are the two main batteries, and that's all I ever had. So these run the Jeep and they also run the winch. So that is my rather large custom twin motor 60 series winch. I'll share a video. I have a video on the channel of this said winch and how I made it and why. Maybe I'll try and get it up in this corner here, see if that works. Anyway, when using this winch and when you're doing maybe a heavy pull up a hill and it's working hard, the large draw off on the system would always throw the ECU into limp mode on the Jeep. The voltmeter would drop to 0 and engine light come on, and then it would drop into limp mode. It wouldn't charge, it wouldn't run nice. So you'd have to turn the Jeep off and restart it, and that would be good as gold until your next large draw of power, which may be only half a minute away using the winch again. So I've put up with it for a while, but it's time to try and fix the issue. So what we're doing is we're going to isolate the engine with its own battery. So this alternator, we have a few of these. These are Nissan Tita. Get them off Trade Me. They're $50 or $60. Nice and cheap. You throw them away. 140, 150 amps. So they're a reasonable alternator. As any alternator does not like mud, yeah, they're a high maintenance thing. So being only $50 or $60, they're handy just to throw away and get another one. So this here will now charge, will now solely charge the batteries at the back for the winch, and I'm going to put in a DC-DC charger to pick up this battery here. So the DC-DC, I'm going to leave it inside on the dash there. I can watch all its display. It has a little row of lights in that, and we can see how it's going and behaving. So it's a bit of an experiment, and I'm hoping that it's going to work. So that will isolate the ECU in the engine from the main batteries, and when I get a large draw off, fingers crossed, it doesn't go into limp mode. So yeah, that's where we're at now. So there's a heap of wiring to be done, and I'm hopping on with that. Well, I think the apprentice made a decent job of cutting out that bracket. A couple of tweaks and it actually fit pretty good. my radiator has arrived. So that's going to be good for progress. I've been busy putting the winch back in. So the big twin motor mega winch. So it's attached to the chassis, and we have a skirt with a rubber seal around it which seals it to the floor so that it's sealed from mud and everything underneath. So theoretically this should never see the mud. It's got a box, plan to have a box over top of it. So next step is to hook the air supply up to it. Compressor is mounted inside. This is the wee TRE compressor, which goes very well. It runs the front diff lock, which is also a TRE air locker. So that is the manifold I've so far made, and also just like a wee air collector as such, mini tank. So that's going to park down there. I'm about to make up a bracket for that and get that finished. So let's have a look what this radiator looks like. So that's the radiator fully assembled. It is a 3-core XJ radiator. I got that off Trade Me, came out of Aussie, $320. So that includes the triple fans. So we'll see how it performs, whether those fans are any good. We can only but try it. And so now I've finished the finished my air tank manifold. My wee apprentice made another spot on bracket for me. So that supplies the air to the winch for the free spool and for the air brakes. So if it's not enough air, I can put another vessel in the line somewhere. So we also have an outlet for air hose for inflating tyres, etc. It's going to be good. So we're moving on with the radiator now, and as luck would have it, those brackets that I've previously made are going to work out good without having to change them. So I'm going to have a look at that very shortly. Right, so I'm just busy making the brackets that are going to hold the radiator in place. So I have a small box pan brake that I've had for a number of years. It's only quite light and really only good enough for 2mm alloy. So these are 3mm alloy, and it's surprising how much extra it takes to fold this stuff. So because of the length of these brackets, it's a wee bit hard on the folder. So I simply just put an incision in there with the wee cut-off blade, and that takes all the stress out of folding the full length. The bracket is still ample strong enough, and if you're worried about strength, we'll just simply weld that up afterwards. But it makes folding it up a heck of a lot easier. So this only has little handles, so it's quite the workout to get that up, but a wee bit of leverage with this and we can achieve it. That's why I wouldn't recommend doing too much heavier stuff on this, because it's pretty hard on it. It's only got little pivots, but it seems to handle that okay. I'll go this one here. This is a smaller bend, just to get that last bit out of it. There you go. Another night in the shed. If it wasn't for that fella, I'd still be on the couch. Anyway, we've been and folded up the carcass of the big storage box that's going in the back of the Jeep. But a wee progress for the work so far. I'll just show you. We have buttoned up everything in the back here. The rear mount radiator is done, and the winch is finished, all bar a new rope, and the wiring is finished. So we've put a few hours into it. Master kill switch kills all the electrics in the back here, and the interior is done. All the seats are back in. Was able to shift them back a bit further, so more leg room. Harnesses are attached. A new interior light. CB. We're just about ready for the next trip. So I'm going to press on and tack this box together and see how she fits. Hopefully my measurements are right. It's the finishing touches that matter. Had the wee CNC plasma busy over the weekend. So this is my second to last night in the shed before we put this on the trailer and head for the west coast. A few wee jobs to button up, bit of paint. My rear box is done and finished. Plenty of room in here for some spares and some gear. The chainsaw looks lost sitting in the corner there. We'll have that chocker. And a very handy bit of storage to have. So yeah, everything's rearing to go. So we're going to wind this build up here, and the next video will be with the Jeep will be wheeling over at the coast. And just while we're here, the wee LJ has made it into the shed, looking somewhat pulled apart. The F8 and 4-speed is now out, which is making room for the F10 and 5-speed, which we will be putting together very shortly. The block is away getting surfaced, and then we will be reassembling it. So this I will do another wee video of the build of this and the history of this, because this wee machine I built some 29 years ago. It's got a full custom alloy body. It should make for an interesting video. So stick around, subscribe, don't miss. Let's go wheeling.